Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Okay, cool. I just realized I was muted the whole time. Anyways, back to it. I'll probably keep me muted unless I'm chatting. If somebody decides to show up. I am yeah, so let me turn this down. It's a good time. I'm just reading up on the best way to kind of probably set this up. So right now I am actually maybe so one of the big projects. Let me see if I can pause my music. One of the things about this project is that I'm using a lot of a lot of ChatGPT, and the reason for this is that I I need to be able to basically learn things that I don't already know, um, and that's kind of important. So, um, yeah, let me just see here. So the current setup is I've got in here basically my main player controller. I wanted to keep it into one script so I didn't have to reference too many different things. But with that, there's the problem of in Unity it handles one script a little bit differently than another, from what I understand. So right now I've got a lot of things going on in this script, and especially because I'm using ChatGPT to do the main heavy lifting of the C# language encoding, because I don't know Unity's API that well, like almost at all. So I'm basically having the script write it because ChatGPT can write the script very seamlessly, and then I'm having it explain it back to me. Um, excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold. But I'm also going to need to not let ChatGPT edit things I don't want it to edit, and so that's how we have these regions set up. And so not only is this organized for me to understand, but it also compartmentalizes ChatGPT so that it doesn't edit the things that I don't want it to edit. So let me just make sure I've got um, everything pulled up in the way that I want it to. But yeah, so I guess one of the things that I'm struggling to come across is that I need to future-proof this code. Right now I'm working on jumping. I have kind of some basic stuff, but my jumping looks wonky. I also want it to be able to jump, have the game tag that it's jumping, and then if there's certain obstacles I can traverse to physically move our character up onto that. Um, so there's a couple different logic with that. Right now, um, I guess maybe just I'll give a basic overview of the game right now because I'm wanting to have basic movement and traversal down, and I need that to feel good before kind of developing everything else. So right now I've got the gizmos turned on. That's these lines. So you can see kind of our player cylinder, and right now it feels pretty good. I mean, we've got some basic movement. We've got our sneak in movement, and then we've even got start and stop movement on our feet. So that, I mean, that feels pretty good. And I have it set up so that the movement is root motion. So what that basically is that the animation is driving, um, it's driving our movement. So if we stop the animation, then it stops our movement, um, and we can see it. It actually is pretty good at doing that. Um, and it feels pretty good, honestly. Like this movement and even the transition between like stand still and then crouched is pretty good. So, and then I do have that transition between just standing and crouching. So, um, yeah, I mean, it feels pretty good. The only thing is, there's a couple things of logic I don't have down. For instance, I'll expand this. For instance, our game, I guess it looks a little, it does look a little choppy on the stream. I mean, it looks good on my end. I wonder if that's the stream settings. Anyways, well, you'll just have to take my word for it. It looks a little smoother, um, on mine. It doesn't look as choppy. Oh well. Um, I've even got a roll in here. Like, look at that. Look at that. That's pretty cool, right? Oh, yeah. Um, but then you look at the jump. Look at this jump. Yeah, doesn't doesn't look that good. I've got two jump animations. I've got one where I'm moving at a certain speed, um, and then I've got one where it's just kind of me standing right here, and it doesn't really. That's like I'm jumping, but I'm grounded, and you can kind of see. Um, so when I jump, it's gonna affect. Oh, geez, I don't know how to. I don't know how to. Okay, so it'll kind of be moving the capsule, this little pill, this light green pill. That's what's going to be moving. That's our character. Regardless of our animation, that's like our actual body character. That's what's defining where we can move, where we can't. Um, the red little circles are our joints, obviously. These blue circles, um, you can see there's one right here above our hip, kind of in the center of our character. And then there's one a bit further down. And that is telling our character where the ground is. And that's helping where we can put our feet. Um, that way our character doesn't just float and just it helps with uneven terrain. Um, and I could go into explanation of that if somebody was here and wanted to know. But just for the sake of me moving on, that's kind of the general idea. Um, but yeah, so as we jump, we can kind of see if he's jumping in the air or not, which he shouldn't be because I mean, well, he'll move a little bit, and that will kind of give us a hint as to yeah. See, he just like jumps up and immediately jumps back down. Obviously, that's not fitting our animation very well. Um, so now my questions to the Chat GPT is how can we edit that so that the jump arc is fitting to our character, and then it was well, how do we apply the jump arc? I wanted to create a gizmo that gives a visual indication of where our arc should be um, at all times, and we can toggle that on and off. And then I also made it in a way that we can drag it to other objects and create like vision cones and things like that um, to say our guards or something else. So, and I'm thinking about having custom gizmos for different types of detection equipment because in this game I'm not thinking of just having cameras. I'm having other more realistic detection things. So, pardon me. So I thought it was a good idea to start like future proofing. So I'm reading ChatGPT. I'll turn on some music too, um, just for the sake of having it there. Um, let me see if I can. It's a nice little something something. It is kind of nice that like OBS has this built-in mixer involved. I'll say that. Okay. The Gizmo script self-sufficient and validated that the relevant components of the maybe I should just try and build this in our maybe maybe I shouldn't create our own Gizmo script. Maybe we'll just say after looking over realizing Okay, so we're actually gonna, instead of doing a drag and drop, we're gonna get rid of our gizmo. And then we're gonna build it back into our main master script for the sake of, for the sake of just having it centralized and being able to self-reference and having the right permissions and things like that. We'll see how long I stay working on this before I have to go, but yeah. We're doing good, I'll say. So we've got the on-draw gizmos. It's saying we've already defined it. I'm just looking for where. Oh, no. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Because I think that was earlier when I was trying to use another script. That was a good song. I'm checking the variables and to see if they're publicly exposed to other parts of the script.
now she's moldering in the woods. She took my shoes, I'll never see those again. She got me wondering if she'd bring them back again. I can't find her carcass rotting in the woods. And now she's moldering in the woods. And now she's moldering in the woods. Emily Gray got eaten by
I'll be back. I'm just gonna grab a whole bar or something. I'm getting kind of hungry.
Nobody cares because she was a liar. I can't find her carcass rotting in the woods. And now she's moldering in the woods.
I like the song. Just realized I said a couple snacks. Got
Now
some
she's
Oreos and some cookies.
moldering in the woods.
Well, uranium. No, that's still not accurate. I mean, it is like changing based on. Like, I am changing it. But oh, hey, that looks good though. At least that. I mean, you should have seen it before, right? Apologies. The gravity looks smooth, is what I mean to say. Because I kind of just like, yeah. Now we just need to make it look good on land. Interesting. Mm. Hmm. Hmm. That's a pretty song too. Reading up on the idea to change the gizmo to follow our jump. Maybe I should just bring this over here. Mm. That's good. Second. Well, I mean, it is updating something, right? Like I'm standing still and it's updating something. But maybe the question would be like, where's the gizmo getting its height to the arc? And then I can cross-reference that against the actual height of my jump. So in here I'll say, where is our gizmo in the height of our jump? Ergo, the height of our parabolic movement. Where did my This was a fun one to write, honestly. Good time. So I drastically changed one of the parameters, and it looks like it did quite literally nothing. Changed the jump force to 50 instead of 5, and it looks unchanged. So there's something wrong with that jump logic. You? So how that's being implemented. Velocity.y. Pardon me. Maybe I need to be looking at my character controller. Well, yeah. See where that may conflict with our controller code. Yeah, he's already forgotten how he wrote the jump arc Gizmo code. Way back. Problem with waiting on other plans is we're waiting to eat, and I'm hungry. In that role. Yeah, this song was interesting because it was literally just me kind of like, I had an idea in my head for opening credits. And so that was like Murder on a Train is how I saw it. Okay, let me think of how we're even gonna approach this. Because I want a Gizmo to be able to see where my jump is supposed to go. But I only really need that Gizmo for this tuning. So part of me thinks I don't need the Gizmo at all. Because after I get it down, like, I won't need it again. So add these fields at the top of your script in some classes. Okay, declare them. Now we do already have, I think those are public, actually.
Driving fast on the freeway, going 105, speeding around the turns. He was looking alive when suddenly a siren starts to make a sound. Looking around and sees an officer gaining ground. The car pulls to the side, grabbing spitting in the air. Windows roll down, he starts smoothing his hair. The hog walks up after starting his spiel, surprised to find that there's a retriever dog behind the wheel. Wow! What's he talking about with all this dog nonsense? Just tell him no. You know, he can tell him on. I mean, you let him talk. Tell him on. They're always talking. Duke the dog. His name's Duke the dog. The man says, "What you doing like this in here, place?" And Duke just smiles with his shades on his face. Don't you know that dogs can't drive cars? This is how the story goes when he's out in the bars. Aren't you listening to me? To what I just said with just a paw out the window, touching cherry red. Duke smiles in the sun, glancing up at the man. Oh, yes, they can. Ow! Duke the dog.
Okay, so I feel like I have to explain what you just heard. So that was a rap I made. Um, and it basically well, and I'm trying to read this thing too. Could be in my player input. No. Um, my dad would tell us a story called Duke the Dog. Basically, he gets pulled over from a cop, and then he just outruns him. And for Father's Day, I wrote that song. Oh, hey, look at that! Look at that! Ooh, yeah. And that was another thing too is we're actually able to that affected both our standstill, right? Which looks awful as it is, but pull up. But that was something too, was oh wow. That just looks bad. But oh yeah, I forgot. I wonder what that is. Let's open some. That was something I wanted to make sure of was pardon me, that we're actually getting our um jumping in. Because at one point it would like do the jump animation, but our cylinder would stay the same. So, meaning that the animation looked like it was moving up, but then our person was still standing. So it wasn't actually like letting us, like you would virtually or you visually see it jumping, but we couldn't actually like move on top of steps or on top of stuff. So like functionally we couldn't jump. Um, but now obviously like hey we can't move past here, we jumped, and now we can. Um, and obviously that looks a little goofy. But I mean, it's not like the worst. That looks like movement wise. Now that looks goofy. Um, why we can't jump in the same place? I don't know. But that shows at least that's probably the plus 50 that we edited earlier, which is letting us actually like move further than. So, yeah, it looks like the jump is keeping the, oh, what is it? Keeping the same variable. Um, so yeah, we'll see. But that's progress, right? Anyways, but that's yeah, that was for my dad, and I don't know, he's a kind of a silent fella, so he was just like, sounds good. But my siblings liked it because that's kind of what we grew up on. But yeah, wrote a song about that. Um, Going back to the script though, we'll want to change our jump magnitude, I think is what it was, which is literally 50 float, we know. I'm gonna cut that to say 35 and see how that just feels. And we might need to change like the jump in place animation too. Um, no, it still feels too powerful. Mm. Oh, give me a sec. All right. So, do need to go. We're gonna go get some foods. But let me actually. Yeah, good time. That's a good soundtrack too. Um, all the music that we are hearing, I wrote, by the way, and produced. But yeah, you can kind of check and see. So we've got our, kind of our locomotion. We have our roll. We have kind of our movement back and forth. Um, and you can kind of see that that's moving our character and whatnot. And we've got our jump. We're still having that. There's like, I don't know, it's stuttery. You know what I mean? Like, look at that. That's. It just like happened to. That was a joke for a friend, by the way. Having the arbiter in the game. Um, he won't actually be in the actual game because of obvious copyright reasons, but um, yeah, there's some weird stuff with the jumping logic. Like I'm clicking the jump button and it's not like fully, well, it is now, but I click it. Click. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm here. I click. Oh, what? Well, okay. I guess it's inconsistent, but sometimes I would click it and it wasn't actually jumping. Um, I click and he's not jumping unless, sometimes he does. So, um, but then there's the concept of we move. Well, I'm clicking jump. Okay. I don't know what exactly that is. I wonder if it's changing animation states or something. But yeah. Okay, so look, I'm running, then I hit jump and nothing happens. But then I hit it again and it's gonna do it. Okay, so twice. So I don't know, there's something weird going on with that. Probably the transition logic of like we're jumping to not jumping. Um and then there's also, well, that looks smooth. Like some stuttering. So like the fact that I hit jump. Well, and this jump isn't very like tall. This is I mean, that's our run jump, and then our in-person jump. Like you can see the feet kind of I don't even know how to describe it. They just like hover. See if I can pause it during the jump. Yeah, like that's a hover. Um, it's not really looking the best. So let me see if I can even probably watch it off. Yeah, so I don't like that in the slightest. Um, I think that's like technically the jump height. Um, so that'll need to be changed, but I do need to go. So thanks for sitting in and just watching, or if you're watching from the future, um, thanks for stopping by. I'll basically try and hop on and do this. I know I mean, frankly, it's kind of a little boring, probably based off of the content being made, but this is just me working, and logging everything of what I'm doing. So, um, but yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for listening to some tunes, and I'll log next time.